Hello and welcome. As the artificial intelligence era sparks anxiousness, today we speak to the author of The Human Edge in the AI Age, also someone who has been a global tech leader for decades now. And what really is the blueprint for thriving then, not in spite of AI, but because of what makes us all human? Well, thank you for your time, Nitin Seth. Thank you for your time and congratulations on the launch of this book. Take us through what led to the timely release of this book, your first thoughts while writing and while thinking of coming up with this book, and the experiences really that have led to the human edge in the AI age.
Thank you. Very nice talking to you. This is my third book. My first book was Winning in the Digital Age, and my second was Mastering the Data Paradox. So it was kind of obvious that after digital and data, my third book will be on AI to complete, what I call the trifecta: digital, data, AI. Which are the three big forces, driving all aspects of not just technology but business and our lives today. Um,
Mhm.
but but when I started to reflect on AI, I realized that this was not just another business and technology topic, which is what I had previously written on, but it was actually a very big human question that as I started to reflect on it, it became obvious that AI was not just another technology trend. This was not internet or cloud. This was
Mhm.
a major discontinuity in human evolution. This was more like fire or wheel or electricity, with far reaching implications, for us as humans. And then when I began to do the research, I saw that the next 15 years, 35 to 50% jobs will go. I really, that really shook me, that, hey, this is, what could be we talk about climate change, we talk about so many things, but what could be bigger for us, than 50% of jobs going? So that's really, what led to this book, this book on AI and the focus on on human edge, because I really thought that, this is perhaps the most urgent question of our times that I had to reflect on.
Right, it's interesting you mentioned jobs, and at a time when all industries and jobs are set to change, transform due to AI, like you mentioned, how would you advise people getting more and more concerned and anxious really on the impact of AI? And would you also say that now really is the time to focus on soft skills? And of course, that how critical that is, and extremely business critical then at the moment.
Yeah, no, I agree. Soft skills are becoming more important than ever, Sakshi. And, it's very, see, job impact will happen. Okay. And so the first thing is that don't just, you know, don't, just focus on the fear aspect of it, because there is no good that's going to come from it. It will just lead you down a negative path. You have to focus on the path of action, that, what is it, that I can do. Now, it's not binary. It's not just, either AI or not AI. Now, AI is inevitable. AI is happening. AI is getting stronger. Nobody can really stop that. Now, for at least the next 10 years, it is going to be, a lot of jobs are going to be about AI plus humans. And I think that's what we need to figure out. That is, what is, where is it that we are going to really tango with AI? Yeah, what is it that AI is going to do much better, and what is it that we as humans, can be distinctive at? And that comes to the soft skills, that comes to creativity, that comes to judgment, that comes to empathy. These are
Mhm.
the very inherent human capabilities, or the human essence. And that's really what we have to focus on, because the hard skills, the technical skills, the importance of them and the half life of them is decreasing. A technical skill that was relevant earlier for 10 years is now relevant for a year or 2 years. Yeah. So it's not that technical skills are becoming unimportant, but the softer skills are becoming way more important.
Absolutely. And in the book, you've also mentioned how IQ is no more a competitive advantage for humans in the AI age, and emotions are being mimicked very well as well. So, is that deeply problematic going forward?
I don't know about problematic, but it is certainly a reality, Sakshi. Okay, so and with the advent of computers, over the last 50 years, the primacy of IQ was already going down, and we thought EQ was this very unique or innate human capability. Now we are seeing with AI that it has got an amazing ability to mimic human behavior. Interestingly, if you look at ChatGPT, its biggest use case is companionship. Yeah, because it is able to mimic that human behaviors. Many blind tests around even with patients are showing that AI is showing more empathy than humans. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, it is. Look, this is I won't say problematic. It is what it is. There are perhaps good aspects of it. There are many use cases we are already seeing in mental health kind of situations. Look, mental health is like the biggest epidemic we have, and where AI can be, if AI can be helpful, if AI can be that companion, why not? Yeah, why not? So I would focus on the positive aspects of AI. Now, from a human aspect, it does poses a question that with the industrial age, the physical quotient was no more a competitive advantage. With the information age, intellectual quotient was no more a competitive advantage, and now in the AI age, the emotional quotient is no more a competitive advantage. So where do we go as humans? Now that is certainly a question to be addressed. But the fact that AI can mimic EQ and does well on empathy is not a bad thing.
All right. Your message to all those then on the impact of social media and workplace stress, the rising work life balance debate that everyone today has an opinion on.
Yeah, I think social, like most aspects of technology, it's a boon and a bane.
Mhm.
um, and But I definitely feel that social media is getting to a point where it's causing more stress than connectedness. It was meant to be, to build connections, to build social connections. But paradoxically, I think it is leading to us becoming digital cocoons. Yeah. So I definitely see it as, there is the isolation, there is also the echo chambers, that it is further polarizing positions, polarizing opinions. The What we are seeing happen in politics, with the middle ground is getting lost and there is too much of extremes. I think social media is contributing to that, and we definitely are getting to a point where there is an urgent need to take to have some kind of take bit of a break, to sanitize yourself from social media.
Absolutely. So, I mean, increasingly people are turning to that, like you said, but is it really then crucial to rediscover and nurture the qualities of humanity altogether, compassion and awareness of oneself? Take our viewers through the possible framework then, and of course, your 8 timeless mantras for success in the AI age.
Yeah. See, in this AI age, where machine is going to do better on some of the conventional capabilities, problem solving, and even content generation, storytelling. The So what is our edge? And my submission is that it is what makes us innately human. It is what is timeless. That in a world which is very rapidly changing, it is important to anchor on what doesn't change. Yeah. And there are the 8 aspects that I call out in the possible framework. P for problem solving. In a world driven by machines, that problem solving still is very important, and I make a call for combining structured problem solving and wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
O for openness, openness to change, and then continuous learning. Perhaps the superpower in the AI age is learning to learn, because the
Mm-hmm.
half life of skills is very low. S for spirituality, and I think that's where, I think that's, perhaps also India's contribution, that we can make, which is, spirituality I see as the process of going inside yourself. We just
Mm-hmm.
talked about social media, that in a world of noise, that silence is very important, and that's why spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
As for sports, you can't, in this AI age, you can't win alone. You need teamwork. You will have more losses than wins, and therefore resilience is very important. And you need to
Mm-hmm.
build this winning spirit, and that's where sports comes in. I for impact. Impact is this urge to contribute back, to be more than just the self. And and to do that, it is very important that we first unlock our own sweet spot, where our passions and skills and opportunities come together. So I for impact. B for
Mm-hmm.
balance. We are in a world which is rife with contradictions, and rife with polarities. Growth, profitability, short term, long term, man machine, intelligence, intuition. And I believe that in the AI age, to win, you have to go beyond these contradictions and find a balance. So that's B for
Mm-hmm.
balance. L for leadership. And in an uncertain world, driving that clarity is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to create other leaders is very important, and managing change. Those are three most important aspects of leadership. And
Mm-hmm.
finally, and perhaps most importantly, E for entrepreneurship. That, in a world where jobs are going to go, entrepreneurship is really the answer. And that's the process of creating. And to create, you have to take a risk. So
Mm-hmm.
that's entrepreneurship. So those are the 8 dimensions of the possible frameworks, actually.
Absolutely. And, thank you for sharing those mantras with our viewers. Now, for those wondering, all of this is really great, but how does one really find the golden balance then, the unity and alignment between spirituality and materialism?
Meditate for 20 minutes twice a day, Sakshi.
Mm-hmm.
And you will, and I think you'll find, at least that's my formula. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because I run a company, building a business. There is a lot happening, and at the same time also very influenced by, spiritual Indian spiritual traditions.
Mm-hmm.
And see, but you have to go from theory to practice. And I have built the discipline that, I meditate twice a day, short bursts, 20 minutes. And when I do that, and I do that right in the middle of office,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody knows it. So that, I take that break. But when I do that, there is suddenly, the noise goes down, and there is clarity, and that balance, automatically happens. So at least that's my formula, Sakshi.
Right. Thank you for sharing your formula, connecting with oneself, really unlocking all the core human strengths now more than ever before are crucial. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And of course, congratulations on the release of your book. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you.